Saturday morning, and I am making some pancakes for all the family. I'm using whole wheat flour, and I'm using the recipe from Plantifully Lean from Kiki Nelson. This is a great recipe and wonderful book. If I could find it, I can link it below. Okay, so that's what I'm having. I made some blueberry compote, 1 egg, half a cup of egg whites, and 2 Canadian bacon, and a cup of unsweetened almond milk. And this compote came out really, really good. I love these pancakes in the morning. All right, for lunch, I had some of my sweet potato bisque that I have a link to below to the recipe video. And I had a 4-inch baguette piece with vegetables and 2 tablespoons of cream cheese, and I have a Diet Dr. Pepper, the vanilla. This one is so good. And a popsicle. I shared a popsicle with the kids, and I noticed the ingredients, and I'm like, wow, there's a whole lot of fake stuff in here. Not really a whole food, I guess, if you think about it. I wonder if I could make these myself. Okay, that was an eye-opener of just how processed those popsicles were. So I decided I was going to look up some recipes and make my own and see if maybe the kids would like them. And so I found this one. It's a strawberry yogurt cheesecake popsicle. And you take, I will try to link it below if I can remember the recipe. 1 cup of strawberries, and you're going to wash them and hull them and cut them. I guess you don't have to cut them because they're going in the blender, but you need 1 cup. A half a cup of plain or vanilla Greek yogurt. And I've chosen to use the mixed berry Orkos 000 yogurt. That's the one that I have, and this is a Greek yogurt. And then light cream cheese, we're going to use 2 ounces of that. A half a cup of milk. I'm going to use this almond milk. It's unsweetened vanilla. And a tablespoon of honey. And this is more or less to taste. So you can gauge that how you want, more or less. Now I have these popsicle makers that my sister sent me a long time ago. I'm missing one, but these are really cute. And then I have these from IKEA. So I'm not sure which ones I'm going to use just yet, but I'm going to throw all of those ingredients in the blender and then put them into one of these and then freeze them for 4 to 6 hours. And then they'll be good to go. And these will be whole food popsicles, and I know what's in it, and I can pronounce everything, and I know what kind of additives and sweeteners and whatnot. So those are going to be the whole food popsicles that I'm going to try my kids out on next. All right, so everything is here in the blender. I'm about to blend it up. All right, I've got these ones filled up. I went ahead and chose these, and it looks like I might have maybe 1 or a half more to fill up. So I wish I could find that extra one I'm missing. But I'm going to go ahead and put these on here and set them in the freezer. And then tomorrow, there's at least one for everybody in my household. We'll try them out. And then I'll let you know what they taste like. I did taste this stuff, and it was pretty good. And yes, it does taste like a strawberry cheesecake, guys. It tastes pretty good. So I'll figure out the points for 5 of these here, and then I will list them. I had a cup of strawberries left, so I went ahead and made another batch. And in this batch, I needed to use the Fage Greek yogurt, so I added a little bit of vanilla flavoring, and yeah, I went ahead and just added the tablespoon of honey, but it's a little more tart. Now these IKEA popsicle makers are just a little small, so I wish I had an extra set because I still have a little bit left in here. But I'm going to go ahead and freeze these as well. Right, I took the extra, and I had to use these little plastic cups, and these are little wooden spoons. Those were the only popsicle sticks I could find, and they're going to make a lot more sense when they come out. So that's it. I got all of them. Right, for dinner that night, I wanted something simple, a half a cup of fat-free beans. I had one of these flax tortillas here, whole grain, 1 egg, half a cup of egg whites, and this was very filling. That's all I really needed. Beans are slow digesting, and so they do fill you up for quite a bit. And then I had some grapes as a dessert, so my points ended up that day to be about 28. And then the next morning I had 2 Canadian bacons, 1 egg, half cup egg whites, and a bowl of oatmeal, 1 cup cooked oats, pumpkin seeds, blueberry, and some nut pods. And then after church we went to our favorite burrito place, and Honey and I split a couple of burritos, so we each get a half, and I'll talk about that in a minute. And then a Medjool date for dessert. Came home late in the afternoon and we wanted to try out those popsicles. They were very, very good. Ran them under a little warm water to get them out, and they tasted like a strawberry cheesecake. I loved the flavor, and the kids seemed to enjoy them too. So I will probably be making these again, and then trying peaches or blueberries as another way to kind of make it a little flexible. Okay, for dinner I had some of my zuppa toscana soup and a little baguette and some grapes. Okay, so let's go over the weekend. Now, I went into this weekend with the thought that I really wanted to just concentrate on whole foods, right? And a few things, I don't want to say hurdles, but a few thoughts came to mind. I came across a few certain situations that really made me think about what I was doing. And I think going into it this way of I'm going to be really conscious about what I'm doing really helped. So first thing on Saturday morning when I was serving pancakes, I was going to grab the sugar-free syrup like I normally do with my pancakes, and I thought, wait a minute, sugar-free syrup is not a whole food, it's a processed food. So I should get something that's more like a whole food, right? Hey, I know, let me use real maple syrup. And then I looked at the calories and I thought, and the sugar, and I thought, I really don't want to use real maple syrup, even though I use it when I do baking sometimes. I don't want to just slather on my pancakes because for me, it raises my blood sugar up a bit and it makes me feel really lightheaded. And then there's the calories and the points. It was just like, I think it was like 7 points or something for a serving of it on my pancakes. And it was just seemed too much for me. So I said, well, let me think of another alternative, maybe something with a little more fiber in it, some whole food. Let me make a blueberry compote. And that is where I just take a whole bunch of frozen blueberries or blueberries that are, they're fresh, but they're starting to go a little bit. And I cook them down with just a little water. And then when they pop, I will add a little stevia, a little vanilla, and then just add like maybe 2 tablespoons of cornstarch mixed with a little bit of cold water, and then it'll thicken it up and make a nice topping for yogurt, pancakes, all kinds of things. And so I put that on top of my pancakes. And now I thought about it and I thought, I can't always do this. I can't always just go, oh, this isn't going to work, so now I'm going to make a whole other thing. But if I can, it's nice, right? And so I went shopping for the week, and I had a lot to think about while I was choosing foods. And another thing I came across this weekend was the baguettes that I use when I have soup, or once in a while throughout the week, I'll have like a 4-inch piece of a baguette with soup. And I really do enjoy that, especially if it's sourdough. I don't think that's really considered whole food. Maybe if it's sourdough, but if it's not and it's just like a French baguette, I think it's just, like white bread, and it really processed white bread. It's not really a whole grain. And so I thought about that. And I thought, okay, here's another thing. But you know what? Sometimes at the end of the day, when I have the soup and I just want that nice light bread, I really am not in the mood to have a real heavy grain right before bed. And so it really did make me think, though, a bit more about my choice. So that was another thing that came across kind of thought-worthy. And then on Sunday, now hubby wanted to go out to eat after church, and I did too, because you know what, after a heavy week I didn't really want to cook. We had other things to do that evening. I didn't want to cook and then serve and then clean. Again, I was tired, and tomorrow is Monday. Lord willing, I got to do it all again. So I wanted a bit of a break. And so, yeah, I wanted a nice hot burrito. And that is my husband's favorite meal on Sunday afternoon, is just to grab a couple of burritos. There's a very authentic place that makes burritos that taste like my grandmother's. And that's where we went. And hubby and I generally split a bean and cheese and a breakfast burrito, and that's what we have. And I eat half of the halves normally, so I eat a quarter of each burrito. Only this time I ate my full half of the bean and cheese because I was so hungry. But I didn't eat all my breakfast burrito. It was just too much. And so I thought about that, and I thought, yes, sometimes that's going to happen where you just go out and you're with family and you're with friends and you want to just have a moment of a nice time and eat something that tastes good. And I don't think that we went overboard. I did have a diet soda, and it did occur to me that diet soda is not really a whole food, right? So, but I didn't go overboard. Honestly, my allotment of a diet soda is one a day, and I don't think that's terrible, but it's that thing that I look forward to once a day. Typically, honey will come home in the afternoon from work, and he will bring me a Diet Dr. Pepper, and it's just his little gift to me, and I love it. It's nice and cold, and it's super hot here, so I do look forward to that. So the thing is that a lot of these things maybe wouldn't have occurred to me if I hadn't been conscious going into this, going, let me think about Whole Foods and how much am I having. There were some choices that I made instead of other choices. There were things that I thought more about, and so it did kind of like open my eyes and keep me conscious of the things that I was doing and choosing. So anyway, and the popsicle was another eye opener, because that has tons of just artificial flavors and colors. That's all it is just artificial everything. And that was kind of an eye-opener. So I said, you know what? I think I should be making my own popsicles anyway. And turns out the kids really liked the strawberry cheesecake popsicles. And they were very filling. They're 2 points each, and they were extremely filling because of the yogurt. So they kind of keep you like a snack for a while. It's almost like you're just having fruit and yogurt, and it keeps you nice and cool too in the summertime. So anyway, that's how the weekend went. How did yours go? Were you able to stay on board? Did you get your exercise in? I did get my exercise in the morning on Saturday, and then not on Sunday. I was just tired. It was the only day that I didn't do my exercise on Sunday, but I deserve a day off. So, okay, guys, I'm going to see you tomorrow. I hope you have a wonderful night, and I'll see you later.
I love that it takes you an hour and a half to order a sandwich. I love that you get a little crinkle above your nose when you're looking at me like I'm nuts. I love that after I spend a day with you, I can still smell your perfume on my clothes. And I love that you are the last person I want to talk to before I go to sleep at night.